class. For today's small explanation, we will be learning about atmosphere and its various layers. It's a very important topic and few questions get asked every year from it. Mostly the different layers from top to bottom, the inversion of temperature, normal time lapse, where is ozone layer, where does jet fly, and also the various pauses such as tropopause, mesopause, stratopause, and also Kármán line. Where is Kármán line? Another question which gets asked frequently is about the aurora. So there are basically two auroras, aurora borealis and aurora australis, which is in which hemisphere, why it gets formed. So we will be covering all of these topics in today's lecture. So we should start now. So if we go through this photo, we can see the various layers of atmosphere. At the starting, we have troposphere, then we have stratosphere, then we have mesosphere, then thermosphere. Thermosphere can also be called as ionosphere. Then at the end, we have exosphere. So between strato and tropo, we have tropopause, easy. Similarly, between meso and strato, we have stratopause. Then between thermo and meso, we have mesopause. And finally, between exo and thermosphere, we have what is known as Kármán line. Karmain, Kármán, Line. So this is a PYQ. It's been asked before, where is Kármán line? So Kármán line lies between exosphere and thermosphere. Now we shall move ahead. So this is the order: troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere, and exosphere. Now coming to troposphere. The first one we have, troposphere is the lowest layer of the Earth's atmosphere. We are all aware of it. Then this is very important, the height. Height is of 8 kilometer to 18 kilometers. 8 kilometer at the poles and 18 kilometer at the equator. Then we have why so. So we know the main reason for it being higher at the equator is because of the presence of hot convection currents. So we know hot currents moves up and cold currents move down. Second point, it's a very important point. You can star mark it. It says all kinds of weather changes occur within this layer. So weather changes occur in the troposphere. Then we have what is it make its composition. So basically it's made up of water vapor and mature particles. Then as I said before, there are two things to remember. First is normal time lapse and second is inversion of temperature. So what is normal time lapse? So this is normal time lapse. According to which temperature decreases with increase of atmosphere at the rate of 1 degree Celsius for every 165 meters. So this is known as your normal time lapse. And tropopause is between your troposphere and stratosphere. Now we shall learn here about what is inversion of temperature. So in normal time lapse, in the troposphere, we know as height increases, temperature decreases. But during inversion of temperature in troposphere, as height increases, temperature will also increase. So that's the only thing you to remember here. We shall move ahead with stratosphere now. So stratosphere is the second layer of the atmosphere, and then its height it extends up to a height of 50 kilometers from the Earth's surface. Troposphere was 18 kilometers. This is 50 kilometers. It is a very dry layer. It contains little water vapor. Then we have flights fly in this layer because it is above stormy weather. So this is important line. So in the question, it's a PYQ again. They ask question like, where do jets fly? So the answer is stratosphere. Next, we have the ozone layer is found in this layer. Again, it's a very important point. Now we can learn about the ozone layer's main function. Ozone layer basically absorbs UV rays and safeguards Earth from harmful radiation. Then we have stratopause. It separates stratosphere and mesosphere. Now we come to the third layer, that is your mesosphere. The mesosphere, it is found above the stratosphere. It is the coldest of the atmospheric layer. Again, it's very important. Again, all these are PYQs. Where do jets fly? Where is ozone? Which one is the coldest? Where do we find satellites? So the mesosphere starts at 50 kilometer above the surface of the Earth and goes up to 80 kilometers. The temperature drops within altitude in this layer. So it means it has normal time lapse. By 80 kilometer reaches minus 100 degrees Celsius. It's an important point here. Meteors burn up in this layer. The upper limit is called mesopause. So these are the main points for mesosphere. Basically, you have to remember by 80 kilometer it is minus 100 degrees Celsius. Temperature drops in this altitude. Also, it is the coldest of the atmospheric layers. We now come to thermosphere. So the main important point from thermosphere is, as I said before, where do satellites fly, where are radio waves found? So it's in thermosphere. You can see radio waves. And again, the temperature starts increasing again with increasing height, and aurora and satellites occur in this layer. Now we come to, as I said before, there are two kinds of aurora. First, we have aurora borealis. Secondly, we have aurora australis. So aurora borealis, it's in the northern hemisphere, and aurora australis, that's in the southern hemisphere. The easiest way to remember is aurora australis. So australis is your Australia. So Australia is in the southern hemisphere, and the other will be, of course, the northern hemisphere. So I've written it here. You can just write down aurora borealis. That's in your northern hemisphere. Then we have aurora australis. That's in your southern hemisphere. We come to our next layer. This is your ionosphere. It is the lower part of thermosphere. Ionosphere consists of electrically charged particles. This layer of the atmosphere is ionized by cosmic and solar radiation, and it is positioned between 80 to 400 km above mesopause. At the end, we have exosphere. It's the outermost layer of the atmosphere, the ozone where molecules and atoms escape into space, and it extends from the thermosphere up to 10,000 kilometers. So basically, these are the main points of atmosphere. Firstly, we have troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere. Then we can see ionosphere, and lastly, we have exosphere. Now, I will just do a brief recall of all that we learned. So firstly, we have to remember, where do jets fly? Secondly, we have to remember, where is ozone? Thirdly, we have to know which is the coldest layer. Then we have to know about auroras. Fifth, we have to know about the order of the atmosphere, order of the layers. Then we have to know about satellites. Then we have to know about the various lines and pauses. So these 7 questions will be asked for your CDS or NDA from this chapter. Nothing more is going to get asked. So please be clear with these answers. That's all for today. Thank you.